Hi, boys and girls. We're back again today to talk to you about writing. This is Mrs. Lively, and we're going to be talking about how to draw again today. Yesterday, we talked about how to draw a person, and we talked about some of the shapes that we might use. So Miss Lively is going to share a picture with you. I went and practiced a little bit, and I just want to show you. I drew some of the shapes up here at the top that I might use: a square, a rectangle, and a triangle. I didn't draw the oval, but this is something that you could be practicing at home, is drawing a person. But notice my person is moving, and I want to show you that. Miss Lively drew some examples here. This is hard to show you on the computer, but you can draw what we call bubble people, and you can draw the circle and the oval, and then the different parts to the arm and the different parts to the leg. And if you notice, you can move those different parts. Here I have a person running. Here I have a person jumping. Here I have a person sitting. And when you do that, then you can put clothes on them and it can show them moving. Just like Miss Lively showed how to put a person in motion on the trampoline. Miss Lively drew the bubble part right here of the leg, and then I had the other part go up. So let me see if I can show you quickly over here. On the computer, we've got the head, and we've got the oval. And so when I'm drawing the arm, there's the first part, because our arm has two parts, from the shoulder to the elbow, and then we have from the elbow down. So we can draw like our arm going up right here. So we can draw another bubble here. Make that more of a bubble. And then we can make this bubble like it's on our hip. We can draw the first part of our leg. That's from our hip down to our knee. We can draw another part right here. And then we can make our leg go out. Actually, we're going to make this one just go straight down. We'll make this part go straight down. So there's our leg. There's from the hip down to the knee. So it's just these ovals, and then we can do another oval right here. And I can kick my leg back this way. So it looks like I'm about ready to take off running. So there we have a person in motion. So you can use these shapes, these long ovals, to help you draw someone jumping or running. And I'll show you that picture one more time. So you can draw someone running, you can draw someone jumping, you can even draw someone sitting. So you can just move those bubbles in different ways. So that's another way you can draw a person and practice that. So today we're going to continue our drawing. So let's erase this. And we're going to go back to our book that we read yesterday, our Todd Parr book. And today we're going to learn how to draw a house. And we're going to think about the shapes that we see in the house. So let's go back to our Todd Parr book. So I've got to get it over here. And let's open it up and see. Remember there was a page that had the house in it. Let's see if Miss Lively can find it. Well, okay, now we found the picture of the house. And if we look, we see that the house is a square, and we have a triangle on top, and then we have some squares for the windows and a rectangle for a door. So we're going to practice. I'm going to model how to do that, and then at home today with your pencil, you will practice drawing a house, and then you can use your crayons to color it. But we always start with a pencil first. So let's take a look. And we're also going to practice drawing a tree with that. A tree is really easy. So let's go over here to our pencil, and we're going to use these shapes today. I'm going to use Let's see if I can make that a little straighter. Okay. So we're going to pull down. So remember, a square has 4 sides. There's one side. There's, oh, it's a little hard on the computer, so I'm learning just like you are. Okay, we're going to go across, down, and across. So we've got a square that we're going to use today, and then we're going to use a triangle. So a triangle is kind of a diagonal line, and another diagonal line, and then we're going to go all the way across. So that's a triangle. It has 3 sides. And we're also going to use a circle today. And we're also going to use a rectangle. And a rectangle is longer than a square. Okay? So if we take a look, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw the main part of the house. We're going to draw a big square. So we're going to do a line down, and then we're going to go all the way across, and then we're going to go up, and then we're going to go all the way across. And then we have a square. Then we're going to draw the triangle for the roof. So we're going to start up here at the top, and we're going to do a diagonal line down, and then another diagonal line down, and then we can connect it, and there's our line on the bottom. So there's our roof. And we said we needed a rectangle for our door, so we'll give it a door. It's a little lopsided. And let's try that again. Remember, what did Todd Parr tell us? It's okay to make a mistake. So I'm going to show you. So Miss Lovely is using this mouse to move the little pencil around. So it's a little different than actually holding a pencil. So I'm learning just like you are. Some of you may have never held a pencil before. So just like me, I'm learning. So I'm going to start here. We're going to do a line all the way up. I'm going to go across. And then we're going to go all the way down. And then we're going to give it a little dot right there. So now we have a door. And remember, he did some squares for some windows. We could also add some detail by putting the letter T on the inside. Now it looks like a window pane, doesn't it? And then we can do another window. Another square. We can pull down and across. Now, you could get fancy and do a circle up here at the top. And we could even put a little T inside there, and we could have a fancy little window. So there's a house. So you used a square and a square and a triangle. So practice drawing a triangle, practice drawing a square, and then see if you can put those two together for a shape. Now we can also use our rectangle and our circle to draw a tree. We could add some detail to our picture. So Miss Lovely's going to draw a rectangle. Okay, so there's our rectangle. And then we could just put a big circle on top for our tree. You could also get a little fancy, and you could make your circle kind of squiggly, like a C and a C and a C, kind of like a curved line. And then you've got the tree, or you can just do a circle. We could also draw some flowers. We could do a dot, a circle in the middle, and we could do some ovals for the petals, and then a straight line down. And we could do another oval, and another oval. Then we have some flowers. We could also add some grass. We could make like the letter, almost like the letter W. Just make the grass go up and down. And now we actually have a picture not just a house. So I want you to think about drawing these shapes, practicing a square and a triangle and a circle and a rectangle, and then putting all those shapes together into a house, and maybe you can add a tree. See what you can add to your picture. And then after you've done that, you can go back with your crayons. So let's look. So we could go back here and we could add some color. So just like Miss Lovely's doing, you could go back over your pencil and you could add some color. Now remember, we always start with a pencil first when we're drawing, and then we go back with our crayons. Because if we start with crayons and we make a mistake, we can't erase it. And that's really frustrating. So make sure you've got a pencil and start with your pencil first, and then if you make a mistake, you can erase it. You saw Miss Lovely make lots of mistakes. And we just use our eraser and we try again. And then when you're ready, you can use your crayons because it'll be ready to color. So we can go back and we can even give our roof a fun color. We can make our roof like a red. Okay. And we could color it in. I'm not going to color it all the way in. Okay. But you could see right here. It's all colored in. And we could go back to the green for our tree. And Miss Lovely is kind of outlining. See how Miss Lovely's going over my pencil? You can do that with your crayon. You can go over the pencil with your crayon, and then you can color on the inside, and then you can see your picture really nicely. Okay. Go back to our color down here. I don't think I have a brown that I can choose from. Okay, but you do your trunk of your tree brown. We could do our flower over here. We could make our flower kind of a pink color. Okay. So something like that. So I want you to take a blank piece of paper today, and I want you to try drawing that. And then remember, we're also labeling. And remember, when we label, we give something a name. That's right. So I could draw a line right here, and I could write the word house. So I'm going to think about that beginning sound. I'm going to go over here to my chart, and I'm going to listen for that sound, and it's the letter H. And remember, if all you can do is write the beginning sound, that's great. If you'd like to write more sounds and stretch the sounds out, please try. Ow. You might not hear all the sounds. House. Okay. So we wrote the sounds and wrote the word house. So then you might want to label the flower. So we're going to draw a line right here. Flower. What's that first sound in flower? That's right. It's the letter F. So I'm going to write that beginning sound, F. Full. I hear an L, like in leaf. Full. Ow. Look at the shape of my mouth. Ow. It's an O. Full. Ow. I hear an next. Miss Lovely's going to show you something. We wrote down the sounds that we heard. When you actually spell the word flower, it's Flower. And when we're learning to write, we might not hear all of those sounds or even know all of those letters yet. And that's okay. What we want you to do is use your resources and think about the sounds that you hear, especially that beginning sound. And then if you can write more sounds that you hear, that's great. So if you get the F and you hear a L and an O and an R, that's perfect. Flower. Don't worry about spelling it exactly right because we're learning and we don't know all of these sounds yet. So mom and dad, as they are stretching out sounds, help them just write the sounds that they hear. It doesn't necessarily have to be perfect. and the exact spelling. Use those ABC charts to help you find those letters and those sounds. So good job, boys and girls. So your assignment today is to practice drawing a house and maybe adding a tree and a flower and labeling those things that you have drawn. And tomorrow we are going to look at another book and how the author and the illustrator used words and pictures to tell the story. And we will continue to practice learning how to draw. So you did a great job today, boys and girls. Thank you.